Tom, thank you very much. To Gary in Chelmsford. Hi, Gary.
Right, thank you very much. And I'd just like to say I can't find any fault with what Tom's just said there. He's absolutely spot on. I do think that the mainstream media does have a huge role to play here. I don't want to start slating the BBC, but when you compare the things that they have been saying compared to what logic dictates, I mean, most people have got a brain and they can work things out. The trouble is that, especially when you're watching these interviews, especially between the likes of, let's say, Nigel Farage and Nick Clegg, the debate, you've got Nick Clegg who makes a point. Nigel says, you're lying. Nick Clegg shakes his head. He doesn't say, no, I wasn't lying, and here's why. So, the point is nobody trusts any of them to begin with. But the point is we find ourselves where we are. Most people, like myself, we don't trust any of the leaders anyway. And at the end of the day, we're asked to vote, do we stay in the EU, do we leave? Now, obviously, I'm not a fan of bureaucracy. I have sort of been following this a couple of years prior to it, because I don't know if you remember, obviously, David Cameron making the pledge, vote for us, we'll give you a referendum. If anyone remembers that, please raise your hand. Based on that was obviously him just clawing for votes, because the only other person that was offering that kind of scenario was the UKIP, Independence Party. But it's a case of the Tory will obviously offer what suits them at the time, flip-flop. But what we want is just someone who's going to tell us, right, this is what we want to do, this is how we're going to do it, and then they stick to their guns. And you can't fault UKIP for that.
But the problem is, and UKIP stuck to the guns, that's arguable. The point is that, and this is what I'm interested in this morning, is that I thought people would be furious when they heard that the point system that was put front and centre, Boris Johnson was saying, we'll copy the Australian system. And it looks like Theresa May said, no, it's not the way it's going to work. And so I don't understand why people aren't more, and angry about this, or angrier.
Well, I can tell you what I think about that. I mean, at the end of the day, Nigel wasn't in charge of the official Leave campaign. He was the man that sort of presented it to the public to start with years ago. Now, this whole thing's gained momentum. And then what happened was the establishment has shut him out the door. Because of the mainstream media, it's obvious to anyone with half a brain cell. They've shut him out the door, and so then the Tories can get in and then just twist everything and gnarl it up so that nobody knows whether they're coming or going.
Well, Farage resigned though, Gary. He went. He wasn't pushed out. He resigned.
No, he was never the head of the official Leave campaign. Yeah, he was head of the grassroots out, but he was never head of the official Leave campaign.
Do you think
that Nigel would have made?
Do you think Nigel? Do you think Nigel Farage should have stayed then to see this through to Article 50 was invoked?
No, not at all. I don't think it's his responsibility. It's the responsibility of the Parliament. And I've been saying this since before we even started talking about having a referendum. I said the government are in charge. David Cameron, George Osborne, you've got the Prime Minister and the Chancellor. It's their responsibility to have a plan in place for the country because they are the leaders, regardless of what happens. I mean, my big problem was David Cameron was like, right, I want to leave. This is what I think we should do. This is what you should do. No, a leader doesn't do that. A leader says, these are your two options. We might not like it, but this is probably going to be the better one. What do you reckon? And it's fair and balanced, but it was never that, was it?
All right, Gary, just ask you this question then, because that's do you feel comfortable then that Theresa May will deliver what you voted for?
I'll give you my opinion about Theresa May. I was never a huge fan of her to begin with. I saw her as a weak puppet underneath David Cameron, looking out for her own interest and to keep herself in power, like most politicians do. And obviously, you can't really knock her for that.
You're doing a great politician's answer here, Gary. I asked you the question.
Thank you very much.
You did a great.
If you'd like to give me a job as a political correspondent,
I was going to say you didn't answer the question. Do you feel comfortable?
I'm coming to it. Thank you very much. Theresa May, whether she's a dark horse or not, I think she's got the opportunity to surprise us. I don't know enough about her. I don't think anybody knows enough about her, and nobody trusts politicians enough to know one way or the other. But at the end of the day, I think Theresa's got a fantastic opportunity here to prove to people, to prove to the public, we can make a go of this. We can believe in ourselves. We can get away from all this fear and doom and gloom and actually have some prosperity and good times going on. People need to believe in themselves.
Gary, thank you very much. People need to believe in themselves. You need to believe in yourselves. Britain, Essex, you need to believe in yourself.